Rise's favor, but after that, really, besides Gibraltar, I think everything looks good for TK. So, and remember, at Anaheim, the reason Rise had a very slow Friday, it was due to this team. TK 3-0'd them on Friday of Anaheim. We'll see if they can do it here again.
And another thing, with this matchup, of the 7 majors we've had this year, 5 have gone to these 2 squads. Obviously, TK get the first 2 of the year. Rise Nation have since won 3 events. So with this particular tournament, you're looking for your 4th one of the year for Rise Nation and 3 back-to-back-to-back. And for TK, looking to get that 3rd event after a little bit of a slump midway through the year. Yeah,
why not if you're Kenny in accuracy? You know, maybe take a mid-season break. But these guys, they want to finish the end of the year on a hot streak. As we're on board with accuracy, we know this guy can be just so good, and he has been for such a long time. He's just getting some time. Kenny, his duo, his partner in crime, starting to work up this main street, and that's what Rise is going, but Gunless and Slasher are there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you run into Gunless, who finds several kills, 3 in a row on the break towards Main Street, but unable as he rotates into the next hard point, ready and waiting. But look at the kill feed, all red as Rise Nation starting to flood forward. The last man's gonna be Pharaoh in the back, and he is pushed out without finding anything. Thankfully for him, accuracy at least finds 2 kills from deep behind the bus. That keeps it a little bit scrappy here for a moment.
Yeah, Gunless is getting some pressure from Enable, but Rise Nation doing a wonderful job just spawning TK low water. Now, how did TK try to break in on this? This is so difficult to do. But Pharaoh, he's gonna find that for his gunfight. Maybe that's what they need, but look at this setup. You have Looney inside fire. Yeah, a couple easy kills for him. TJ there as well. Remember, TJ on Friday, what a performance he had. If he can play like that, I think there's no doubt in our minds that this team is going to win a championship here today.
Yeah, I think he had 1 poor hard point yesterday. Basically, outside of that, he's been spectacular. But they need him to perform that way. Right now, he's on a 4 streak, and so is Looney inside the next hard point. They're both looking to get time inside. Looney just waiting as the rotation about to come in 5 seconds. They flood in, they pick him in the corner. So the next man up will be TJ. He drops shy a streak. So no streaks in. And multiple players from Team Kaliber set up inside of this hard point. But for TK, I mean, is this... They obviously have been a very good hard point team. Search has been the question mark, where Rise has been going off in Search. Doesn't it feel like that's been just a story throughout so many matchups this weekend?
It really has, just teams and their specialties. I will say, though, towards the end of Stage 2 and even throughout this weekend, TK has gotten better at Search and Destroy, right? Like, I'm not as worried as I was maybe a couple of weeks ago, but yes, when you talk about Rise Nation, definitely the best Search and Destroy team in the world. And I think it just plays a couple of different play styles. And on the Rise side, they can win a hard point. It's so difficult to beat them in a series.
No real weakness for them, right? Just maybe one a little bit more of a strength. But Rise, you know, they get a good amount of time at Main Street. They're then able to break in for what? It's about the second half of this Doc's Warehouse, and they have spawns for next. So really an opportunity, especially if you get some streaks behind this somehow for Rise, a chance to spiral this out of control. But Pharaoh trying to be annoying in the back to make sure they can't get their clean setup.
He spawns Gunless out, so he has an opportunity here. He's going to put some shots in, but Slasher has that STG. But he might have bought some time for players like Kenny to push on up. Paced a lot out of Slasher, able to win that. But the setup still for Rise hasn't been clean here at Barrel Building due to that pressure in the back out of Pharaoh and Kenny. The 1 player left. Now it's going to be tough for TK to break on in. But a good job by TK for the first 20 seconds, at least make it a little messy.
And Gunless is pushed all the way up to mid-map, so the spawns are going to be very deep for Team Kaliber. There's no opportunity to contest from the front. I know you have Enable trying to break in through the backside of Cole, but he hasn't really found an opening, and this is going to be a difficult gunfight against Looney, who's able to win it. This has been spectacular stuff from Rise. A great setup despite, I guess, being a little bit scrappy early in the hard point.
I mean, look at the scoreboard, though. You have Looney at even, Slasher +6, Gunless +5, TJ +4. This TK team, they need to wake up. You look at those guys, Enable having a slow game, Kenny and Accuracy having a slow game. Really, the best performer right now is Pharaoh, so he just needs a little bit of help. But the problem is it too late already? You already have that 75-point lead. I guess the only good thing for TK, there's no streaks on the side of Rise.
Has this been maybe just the guns needing to warm up for Team Kaliber, or has it also been maybe kind of a misrotation issue? What's really stood out from TK?
I think the biggest thing was that lower docks break that Rise is able to have. When you have such a good Main Street hold out of Rise, you have to be able to hold the next one, and TK not able to do so. Kenny almost able to find 3 right there. Maybe he's starting to warm up, but then we go to that barrel building. So when we got to barrels, that's when Rise were able to hold that down. So it's just been 3 hard points in a row now for Rise, and even right now they have this dock screen, which just means on rotations or when they are setting up, they're not winning gunfights.
3 kills in a row there for Rise Nation as they will set up a crane. Pharaoh trying to do what he can top mid, but this is exactly where you want to spawn him, right? They're spawning the main street. You can't get those nades into Crane easily. There's no water spawn coming in for Team Kaliber due to the presence really of Looney and company pushed up all the way up to the Doc's warehouse. So they get some solid time. They keep it out of reach for TK. They're up 80 points right now, and looking to add on to that is you've already got TJ set up in the hard point, but he wants to roam. You want him to be the guy flying around, let the next guy up, get into the hard point.
Well, he's already at 525, make it 625. He finds the bar, able to find a kill. Can he find another? No. Pharaoh, once again, he's got the hot hand at 21 and 16, but still such a large lead right now for Rise Nation. We have seen some crazy comebacks on London Docks, but you need the guns to heat up on the side of TK. Look at Enable right now, negative 11.
Really has to get going, 7 and 18, but as he continues to struggle, Pharaoh continues to bring it. You got to think, if Kenny and Abel get going, that is when the comeback happens. They're still very much alive and well in this game. It looked like you were going to get a ton of time early in Statue for Rise, but they aren't able to do it. TK breaks in after TJ tries to push into fire, and you get a glide bomb onto Pharaoh. So maybe that'll be a tool of utility to make sure Main Street, Docks, and Barrel don't go the way they did the first time through.
Yeah, here we go. We're starting to set up for this Main Street. We're about to rotate on over, but accuracy spawns so far out. But this is pretty crazy right now. A bunch of split spawns come in. Kenny and Pharaoh get the kills, and now you have a very solid setup for Team Kaliber. Accuracy, he spots him off spawn. He's able to find two. You have Slasher in the back still, but the rest of those Rise members spawning towards this coal room, and well, you have Kenny locking this side of the map down. That nade comes in, would have helped him out, but he's got accuracy cutting them down from gate.
Exactly, they have the focus back to deal with Kenny, gives 2 easy kills to accuracy, and now the comeback alive and well. They hold the remaining time, and we basically have a tie game. And remember, Pharaoh still has his
Pharaoh, man.
He's gonna get close to another one. He's 27 and 18, leading all Slayers in the lobby right now. This is what you wanted when you have one of the top prospects on your squad. Pharaoh bringing it right now.
Yeah, big problem is though, these 15 seconds, I feel like you don't want to fight for these if you are TK. There we go, I'll take that because you already have a couple of players here on the side of Rise and Gunless and TJ. They're gonna try and break down through with this, oh no, with the glide bomb, but he actually hits that top net. So Rise Nation, they get set up for lower Docks. You have Slasher and Fire not able to win that first gunfight. Where's the break? Here we go. 3 go down. It's Looney, the last player alive. A wonderful job by TK.
That's perfect. Enable hits low. He picks up the first kill. You see the focus have to change for Gunless, and right as that happened, a well-timed hit from the back as well. That was textbook there from Team Kaliber to get in. They were trailing, or have been trailing, throughout the entire game. But now the gun's heating up. Kenny started to bring it. Pharaoh's continued the hard carry mode. And it really, I mean, you've got to feel great right now. You're down 14, and Nable's negative 14.
Yeah.
And he's one of the more consistent players when you talk about Hardpoint.
Yeah, no, he absolutely is. That's what we always talk about him, and that experience, the communication that he brings. So we'll have to see, can they continue this comeback?
Team Kaliber have brought it back. Now down 20. The guns have gotten hot. The comms have got to be on point. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listening with Team Kaliber.
Window.
I'm hitting on the ground.
Try to kill that guy.
I'll spawn out useless, bro.
Window idle dead.
Good job. I'm hitting gate.
Underground. One hit. Yellow barrel. Yellow car probably. Yellow barrel. I know where Lamar. You got
I'm challenging.
Back on me. Back right. Two blue car. I got two blue car. Can you guys get to me? No.
Beer steps. You got one at least.
Water stairs dead. Nice.
I'm helping you. I need to buy.
I'm about to challenge this once you did it. Tell me
Beer steps right now. You go.
Back right. Back right.
One shot on me.
I spawned useless.
One shot. Aim from beer. Back door.
No, back kill him from beer.
I got one. I'm coming from Lamar. They're gonna be Crane.
Hey.
Front beer.
Back door dead.
Front beer dead. Back door. Statue.
Statue got me. Plenty.
Get to control. I'll hold hill.
I'm holding front beer.
Hold it back.
I'm holding back. I had it back.
I have 10 cross now unless he's already there. Once water steps.
I'm trying to go 10.
Water steps right now.
I need water steps.
I'm weak.
Rotate already. Low docks.
One's in 10 dead. Nice. I'm holding fire.
I got low docks push.
Be down. Low ladder.
Low docks. Yeah, low ladder. Come low ladder.
Docks dead. Low ladder. I dropped the nade. He's dead. Another one beat up. I'm hitting red train. The red train. Nice. Another one. Slasher.
Need to be down.
I'm coming.
Beat on me. Nade.
I'm going fire.
Low docks, one shot.
I'm one shot, bro.
Also one shot, low docks.
I have fire. You down? Dead. I have fire. We gotta get top.
I got them.
Crane.
Docks dead. Nice. 3.
Look for one. He could be up top.
Yeah, he's not fire. I'm looking.
He's out.
You know he's in fire. One in fire. In fire. I spawn up top. I'm in fire.
Yeah,
It's Siege. He's one.
I'm docked.
Dead.
Looney docks. There's two docks. Front fire dead.
Two ducks. No, last guy ducks. Stay down. He's sitting right now.
One shot. Alright,
Nade over,
I need him.
Got him for now.
Nice.
Go, Jay, stay in hill.
One shot, front fire.
I got need out of hill. I got need out.
Yeah, ducks, win it, dead.
I'm one there, bro. Beat down, dead. One more water stairs. Watch it.
Yo, 213.
Watch it. I got one.
I need to beat down. Yellow barrel, 1 hit. I got him. Yo, 1's in 10.
He's in our window.
Yo, stay out.
In our window, one shot, TJ.
Alright, I'm beat down.
Where you spawn?
I spawned
underground. Front fire on me, bro.
I forget.
Fire, gunless. He challenged it from fire.
Beat up, one beat up, and two
I'll get you from fire. I'll get you from fire.
Yo, water step got me.
Water got me. 2 on hill.
I spawned
Yeah,
you.
we're pinching. On hill, dead.
Beer steps dead.
I got stun
Trying to bring it back, and Joe, I think one thing that really stood out to me, you really saw what a veteran enable is. He has struggled all game, been around double negative. He was still the vocal leader, and not once did I hear him sound frustrated.
No, and how could you be, right? You know your guys are starting to step on up as 3 go down for TK, but that's what we always talk about from Enable. That's what you expect from a guy of his experience,
There are
of
a lot
his
of players.
caliber.
There are a lot
They
of
just get
players that could
frustrated.
sound a lot different in that moment, but they're still within striking distance. Down 30 with 10 to go here on Statue. This next break in the main street going to be absolutely massive, but it's Gunless finding the kills there first. Looney dealing with the water side push. You have TJ pushed up towards Cole. One
player
spawn's
spawned out,
all the way out blue truck, which is going to be Slasher. So you have a chance to collapse right now. This is the time to hit. Here they come.
Well, able to stay alive.
Oh my
He's
God.
able to stay alive as well, so you have a 3-man push in the back. But the spawn is close for Rise. You can see accuracy. He spawns out. The subs trying to push up. Pharaoh able to win 1. But TJ and Slasher are there. This is going to be so tough now. I think this might be it.
Can they get back in time? The cutoffs are held. They only need 5 seconds. They're getting chopped down. All 4 kills come through as Rise Nation hold on through map 1.
We didn't even notice as well on the side of Rise. I believe he had like 2 40 bombs. One was out of Slasher. He was plus 12. So a great game out of those guys. But I wouldn't even say if you're enabling TK, like, hey, sorry, that's my bad. Because they all started off so slow, right? Like, they had such a slow start
Other
to
than
that
Barrel,
map.
really.
That first rotation of hills, they were just being out-rotated. When they would rotate and get that set up, they just got broken way too easily.
Well, yeah, once they got it going, I mean, they really started to roll, but it was just, you're trailing by 80 or so points throughout the course of the game. It's tough to bring it back. Now, could you do that against a lot of teams? Yes, but against Rise, putting yourself in any kind of hole is going to be absolutely detrimental to your chances in a hardpoint chance in the series. So, good start from Rise Nation, but you had to feel like TK was starting to get it going. This series could definitely be interesting.
Yeah, it absolutely could be. I think you saw everybody start to set up on the Team Kaliber side. I think the scary part is that was their hardpoint choice, right? Now you're going to go to,
Yeah.
if you even do go to a game 4, it's Gibraltar, which is Rise Nation's best hardpoint. So things get a little bit scary. That's definitely when you want it if you're Team Kaliber, but looking at the Search and Destroy and CTF, definitely maps they can take.
Well, we talked about it several times over the course of the weekend, but like these teams, can TK end up taking a Search? Can Rise take a hard point? And Rise, you just never count out of really any mode just because, well, they've been the best team in the world
They're
for
pretty
quite
good.
some time now. But I believe Jess actually had a chance to talk with the Rise Nation squad. Let's hear her thoughts.
Thanks, Clint. Yeah, I spoke with Gunless, and as can be expected, they're feeling great going into this matchup. He said our biggest challenge is going to be the first map, but he said if we can take the first map, then we can definitely take this 3-0. Otherwise, maybe just a 3-1 or 3-2. Over on the side of Team Kaliber, unfortunately for them, Kenny did say, well, we're the best hardpoint in the game, so we're not worried about our hardpoint. We're all focused on our S&D because, as we all know, Rise are a really strong S&D team, so we're really focused on the S&D and CTF to a lesser extent, but mostly S&D. So let's see if Rise can get that 3-0 that they're hoping for. Clint, Joe, back over to you.
Thanks, and I'm not shocked to hear that whatsoever. I'm not shocked to hear that. If I was Rise, if I thought if we won game 1, we win the series. And if I'm on TK, I felt so good about our hardpoint to this point. When you talk about the last, 3 or so weeks for TK, they've been very, very good in hardpoint. But now that you drop that hardpoint, this game 2 becomes even more crucial.
Yeah, it's always scary when you're so focused on one game mode and then Rise just comes out. And I mean, yes, it was 41 points, but early on they smoked them.
And if you're wondering why we talk about Rise when it comes to Search, recently you think about their Anaheim run where they won. They were 8-2 in Search. If you think about the first 2 weeks they had in the division, they only lost 1 Search and Destroy the entire time in the first couple of weeks. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about the final 2 weeks and stats for Rise Nation, this and that. I think if anything, over the past couple days, they've shut everybody up in that regard. They're obviously a tournament team as they have looked right back into form.
Yeah, now looking at Valkyrie Search and Destroy coming up, you have TK 3-6, Rise Nation 5-2. So Rise definitely has the advantage in that one.
Champs, guys, coming up in just a couple short weeks after we wrap up playoffs. There's a chance for you to win a trip. You get what? It's basically travel, accommodation, prestige passes, backstage pass, all this stuff that you can do if you win. You can enter at MLG.com. I believe it's the pinned tweet for MLG as well, so you can check that out. But it's going to be amazing. And just to remind you guys at home, too, after this particular, after this day, once Championship Sunday is done, as soon as we hand out the trophy and everything, we're going to be doing the draw show live. So you'll be able to see how champs pools are going to break down, and that is always one of my favorite times of year. Where do we think the upset's going to come? What's the pool of death? It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit crazy, I think. You know, there's going to be one or two pools that really stand out, really just due to the LCQ. You had one team or a couple of teams who had one loss at the LCQ really stand out. It's like Lightning Panda. So, I mean, wherever they go, Morituri goes, that's going to definitely be your pool of death.
Pharaoh, the hero.
Wow,
he has a
pretty good.
1.9 S&D KD.
I think how he was playing
playoffs.
game one, dude, like, whew.
Well, to be fair, last time I saw a stat for that, I was talking about Arcidy's KD and Hardpoint.
Yeah.
He hadn't gone negative in Hardpoint the entire week, and
Then
it
he
goes
did.
negative in both of them. So hopefully not like a lower third curse for Pharaoh right now.
Lower third curse.
But yeah, Pharaoh, we know what he's capable of, but it's going to get to Valkyrie. And this is a map that you and I really liked Rise Nation on when we just watched kind of their play style on it. Very patient, very methodical, and I think they make teams kind of panic at times and overcommit.
And you can already tell this is sort of their setup. They're going right to that default. They're going to play very slow at the start of this round. Just spread out, try to find a pick. Pharaoh, he has that sniper rifle. Nice shot on a gunless to open things up.
So much for that curse.
Yeah. So he's able to find one. Can he find the second? TJ is going to get a little aggressive. But yes, Rise Nation, they love to play very patient. TJ goes on a bit of a wide ankle. He's able to rip him.
Wow. So a couple of S&D superstars getting the opening kills, but TJ does get the revenge to tie this up at 3-3. Kenny then involved in the action. So only Slasher and TJ left. Bomb inside of that A site. And TJ and Slasher now have to make the play. Slasher can't win the gunfight. It all falls to TJ. This would be a 1v3 for the ace. First player down. 40 seconds to work with. This is doable for a player like TJ.
Yeah, he's able to find one gunfight, trying to find the second player, able to do so, but Enable finds that kill, and really that just stems off the first blood that you get from Pharaoh. Slasher and TJ try to make it work in that 2 versus 3, but it's just so difficult. There's so many different angles. It was really on Slasher trying to work through that site.
And we'll see the defense from Rise. I know they mixed it up at times. Through Anaheim, at least, we talked about it a lot. Remember, they were kind of stacking the outside site, letting the flank go down.
They always
looking
make
for
you
that,
guess.
Looking for that 4-on-4 retake, which they were so good at. Slasher was Mr. First Blood. He'd pick them apart, and then they'd go on the retake. Just curious to see what they're bringing out. Because obviously, you know, like you said, keeping teams guessing, an important part of this. And it looks to be not even remotely close to what I thought they might be setting up with that to be. They're going to get 2 into A almost immediately.
Yeah, a little bit of an A stack here. You have 3 players over there. You have 1 guy back B as well. So maybe TK. Looks like they're starting to head towards this B site. Maybe trying to find a first blood on a TJ. He has to back it up from those nades. But now you're sort of getting into that position if you're Rise where you do retake the A site. Pharaoh trying to find a sniper. The Yo back into it. There you go. Finds it again. But there's a quick trade from the car.
Back-to-back first bloods, though. Poor Pharaoh, Enable almost finished his gunless grenade out, but that's not going to catch him. His gunless has backed away. So the 3v3 situation changed quickly. His accuracy, some nice shots. He is snapping right now, but he's very weak, and TJ was trying to get the angle. Now Kenny walking in. He's got a loud clash, just trying to get in behind Looney. Looney's the last player up, and he is just in a sea of blue right now. There's the fraud save. He gets the first, snaps back to mid, may be able to do it, but this is huge for TK. This is a must-win type of map for them, and so far, so good for Team Kaliber. And what were the records for both these teams?
5-2 for Rise, 3-6 for TK.
Oh, yeah, so that would definitely be a little bit of an upset here.
Yeah, at least if you're TK, you have a lot of repetitions. It's not one of those maps where you try to avoid, right? They play on it from time to time. They just don't win it very often. That means you make a lot of mistakes. You learn from those. And, well, a flawless start from them so far.
Let's see if they can keep it going. You do have 3 kills in a row for accuracy. The hit's going to come in. Kenny's going to be the first guy up, just tucks away in this corner. He does have help at the back block as well.
I like this. You don't see this off angle too often. Kenny in a very good spot.
He has to get at least one. Has to get at least one.
I think he will. Yeah, he's going to find Looney. Well, accuracy's going to get him. Nate is out of Kenny, trying to stay alive now. He knows the pressure's here. It's him and Pharaoh trying to lock this down in a 3v3 situation.
This is one of those spots where you have a big presence here from Team Kaliber. I don't want to say it's like a blind counter, but the push comes in for Rise, and you've got to ton of defense set up at this site, and there was nothing Rise can do. That early position from Kenny and 2 players set up in the back. I mean, basically, as soon as Enable drops, accuracy's already there to pick up that position.
This is typically what happens from time to time in Call of Duty, where you're so focused on one game mode, the other can struggle, right? For Rise, it's probably we have to win Hardpoint, at least one per series. Our Search and Destroy is so good. Maybe you do a little less prep coming into that game. And you're kind of starting to see that for TK. Their focus is on Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're having such a good start.
And I won't pretend to know exactly what the prep was like for Rise, but especially if I know I'm going up against TK. Like last night, you know that, right? TK hasn't been great in Search. Like maybe they didn't prep that much at all. Like they might not have been worried about it. It might be one of those situations where like, hey, we're the best team in the world. We're the best S&D team in the world. Let's do our thing. We'll win it. Well,
that might be a little too. I'm sure they did a little bit of research.
I would hope so. I would hope so. But it's not going well. Another first blood comes in. 4 rounds, 4 first bloods, all to Team Kaliber. 3 on Pharaoh, 1 on Kenny, and they just had man advantage every single time. But that goes away almost immediately.
So many trades. I mean, how many 3v3s, 3 versus 2s have we had? Now it's on Enable versus Slasher on the other side of the map. You have Pharaoh and Gunless going at it.
Couple one-on-ones potentially, but no, the bomb is going to get into that A site. So Enable starts to wrap it, wants to sync up a little bit closer to Pharaoh. That might be the cue for Pharaoh to go. He's going to go. Hasn't been able to push it yet. I like this. Just Gunless backing the whole way out of there. Knows he has 2 to work with, as obviously he had already spotted Pharaoh earlier in the round.
Oh, here we go. Might catch him sporty
Nice
instead.
shots.
Finds a great timing. Now a 1 versus 2 for Enable.
He's got the bomb in hand, but only 20 seconds to work with. Takes the gunfight in the back. Gunless able to find both kills, and that'll be the first round to Rise Nation, and a big one. It was getting scary early in this.
Yeah, I think personally in that 2 versus 2 situation, if you know where Gunless is, I think you just plant that bomb, right? Have them come to you. It's not like it's a little bit different a 4 versus 4 retake. They might not have the utility. There's a lot of power positions you can use inside that site. But it seemed like maybe some miscommunication right there on TK.
Yeah, at first I thought they were trying to isolate Gunless in the back, get the kill, and then plant the 2v1. But instead of it being a 2v1, it ends up being 2 one-on-one gunfights that Gunless is easily able to take. But offense, now back to Rise. And Looney just storming right on into this A site.
Who does this defense look like?
Yeah, this is what we saw on Rise a lot at Anaheim. They'll set up like this, let the plant get in.
Try to find a first blood. They might
so
get
good.
it. With that nade, I think he stuck him. Pharaoh actually gets another one. Kenny finds a weak player. Now a 4 versus 2, just like that.
Only really good thing you have for Rise. You've got bomb planted. You've got Slasher on your squad. He gets 2. Might be able to find the 3rd. Pharaoh able to hop off it quickly, though. Slasher gets to safety as soon as he sees he got off the bomb, and now Gunless has got the cross from window. He wins another one-on-one once again. Gonna fall to TK to try and clutch in accuracy, not able to do it. Slasher just picked them to pieces.
That is just a round you want back.
Oh, yeah.
Right away. In a 4 versus 2, it felt very rushed out of Team Kaliber. The bomb was just planted. You got 2 kills. Just stop for a second, right? Get into some good positions. Slow down. You don't have to take the gunfights right away. They're going to have to check the bomb sooner or later. Just relax. I think they just over-rushed, over-committed those gunfights.
Three in a row to start off from Team Kaliber. Now Rise bringing it back. You have 3 kills in a row from Slasher. Gunless, after an 0-3 start, has now found 4 in a row. It's mayhem towards this A site. So many players with the mayhem goes in the favor of Rise Nation. Kenny stunned in the back. Slasher should have an easy kill, but TJ gets to it first. And that is just a dominating effort.
Well, there goes that
Rise.
3-0 lead.
Yeah.
See you later.
And that was like, it's almost crazy how clean it was, because you had, almost like 7 out of 8 players pretty much stacked around that site, and not a single kill comes through from Team Kaliber.
I think one did at the end.
Oh, they got 1? Okay.
Yeah, and then the trade was in. So, Rise, you thought you're a little worried about their search today, or maybe they weren't focused on it too much, and, well, they shut us up very quickly.
Yeah, certainly did. But the hot start from TK is hopefully enough to push this into the late rounds. You just got to hope and make sure that, well, Slasher and Gunless don't get any streaks for kind of the end game. And this is a setup that we've seen on offense from Rise Nation a lot. Just very slow, very patient, wait for somebody to get a little bit over aggressive and try to find that pick.
I like this out of TK, though. There we go. They're able to find Slasher, right? Change it up, change up that pace. They haven't put much pressure on the B site. But now it's on number 5. That's accuracy. He's going to have to try and stay alive, deal with this pressure. Can he find a gunfight win? Maybe. Yep, able to do so. Lines him on up. Can he find the second? Runs out of ammo, but he buys enough time. Able to clean it up. Wonderful defense out of accuracy.
May not have been the cleanest, but he gets it done in the end. Watching back alley. Needed one more bullet probably to get it done a little bit cleaner before the reload comes through. But TK, that's a big round win after letting Rise take 3 convincing rounds against you. But a nice push through that B site.
Yeah, just caught Slasher off guard. Now he has to be aware of that.
See, I think that's exactly what you're you know, we were playing that slow offense like that. Isn't what you're expecting though. Kind of that push through B to come in. Just maybe a little bit of a poor timing.
Kenny tried to win that second 1 versus 1. Got another 1v1 win for that first blood. Pharaoh, by the way, has 5 of them. Kenny the other 2.
Well, every single Pharaoh kill is a first blood. Oh my God, TJ! We'll see you around 9, pal.
Oh my goodness.
He's gone 2v2. Looney and Gunless going up against Enable and Pharaoh. That was
Is Dashy on the stage?
yeah. Wow. Under 40 seconds to go now. Enable's got the bomb in hand, and we're trying to work this 2v2. You can see the 2 Rise Nation players kind of on the hunt through back alley.
Oh, Enable might get caught here. Staying there for a good amount of time. Finally, he's going to start to push up. But, I mean, look at all the information that Rise Nation has. Looney going to start to work up the middle of the map. He might catch his planner as well. He's going to push on through. Bomb might go down, but Looney goes on a bit of a flank. Doesn't catch one, and Pharaoh able to find that. Now a 1 versus 2, and Enable wins the gunfight. What a round out of Pharaoh.
Unbelievable. You have the highlight snipe, but I thought the timing was going to be perfect there. I thought Enable was dead for sure.
Looney goes left instead of right.
Yeah.
The round's over. He goes right, thinks he's planting on the backside. He's not.
What a clutch by TK in that 2v2. There's been a couple crazy engagements between TJ and
you just get worried in those 2v2s because the clock is against them. Like, they need to be a little bit quicker on their decisions because the guys of Rise, they're reading them correctly. They're pushing up, getting that information.
Now Rise have to win 3 rounds in a row. If they're going to take this, TK, just 1 more needed to tie up this series. And then a crazy CTF will be following that. Accuracy just holding the back alley push. Pharaoh, oh, is he going to catch him again? I see your go. What?
I have no idea.
Okay, TJ's got like God mode on, or someone's protecting TJ.
I'm not, yeah. Maybe he shot through the ghillie suit? I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, well, regardless, doesn't connect, so 4v4. Plant now gets down for Rise Nation.
And there's sort of that B stack once again from TK. They're trying to catch Slasher. They know he's going to be in this window, but he has the help of Gunless.
Slasher's got one right outside his window. Basically 2 players right outside that window, but he knows he has Gunless looking over the mid-street, so he's going to reposition, try and kind of get to top smokestacks for the angle. 1 player left is Pharaoh. He gets cleaned up, and Rise Nation survive to see another round. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I know there's times where sometimes Codcaster obviously looks a little bit different than what the player's POV is. Like that's been an issue before, but Snipe look good to me.
Yeah, same. I think I heard someone in the crowd just go, "What?
Yeah, what? Another first blood for him, potentially. Look at the first blood, how stacked it is. 7-2 in favor of Team Kaliber.
But it's also been traded very quickly.
That's true.
They have been.
Could there be another one? Spots one for just a moment.
Thought TJ was a little weak.
Gunless is getting double peek. Gunless is getting double peek. He does get away, though. I thought Enable was going to get the angle and finish up the accuracy assist. There's another first blood from Pharaoh as Slasher's brains scattered across Valkyrie.
This is the issue, though. After snipes...
It's from the Pharaoh, the hero.
Yeah.
Arrow.
Say, after the snipes, there was usually a trade very quickly, but TK slows it down a little bit, right? Group up, take the man advantage somewhere on a site and win this round. Bomb a little bit separated from the rest of the group, but here comes the pinch. There we go, Pharaoh able to find another one. Now you have a 4 versus 2. But TJ, they find the bomb planter. They're trying to go away, and they know with that clock. You see, Gunless, he's in a spot 1, but backs down. Now it's on a TJ.
Oh my God.
Now a 2v2. Gunless wins another one.
It's all on Kenny here if he's going to win the round. Otherwise, it's round 11. He's able to turn into a 1v1. The trade coming through. Gunless is there, and Gunless gets it done. We're headed to a round 11. That's another round that you think TK should have closed it out.
Another 4 versus 2, the second one of this map. This time the mistake was the bomb carrier was just so far away of the rest of the group. As soon as TJ got that kill, they heard the sound and they pushed through it.
If TK, and here's another thing. TK, by the way, since the beginning of stage 2, we're 0-7 in round 11s.
I remember that on Hot Mic.
Yeah, accuracy was like, what? So they have not been solid in round 11s as of late. But this is tournament time. Can Team Kaliber find the magic? Because in my opinion, this is absolutely a must-win map, a must-win round right now for Team Kaliber.
Yeah,
they cannot go down 0-2.
Smoke towards that A cross. But it looks like the pressure is going to be on the B side. You see 3 players starting to push on up. It's on Enable. Not having the best game. Didn't have the best game. Can he find that first blood? Nate is out. Just play your life. There we go. Able to do so.
Kenny's here with the help now.
Buys his team enough time.
Can Pharaoh find his 7th first blood?
And Pharaoh, you can see he's watching his right. He's aware of what Looney's going to do. Watch that number 1. He's going to be a crucial arrow in this push. And there we go. He's going to find him.
Ooh.
But now they know his position.
Yep. And now you see the bomb starting to wrap for Rise Nation. First blood again to Team Kaliber. The 9th as Kenny picks it up. Can they close it out? They've struggled to close it out with man advantage. They've got to do it now. Rise into the A site with under 30 seconds to go. Plant going down. Kenny peeks for a moment and backs out. Doesn't get caught. He takes the gunfight. Another 4v2. Surely this one they can close out. It all falls to TJ Haley. He's now in a 1v3. Enable finishes it. Team Kaliber get the game to win your series. Tied up at 1 apiece. And if you're TK, take a deep breath, because, man, you had a couple rounds where you likely could have closed this out earlier.
You're going to want those back for sure. Yeah, I think they made that a little bit more stressful than they needed. The side of Rise, they were able to take it to around 11 just due to their individual performances. But, man, Pharaoh, what a series he is having so far.
The first bloods from Pharaoh and really TK. Obviously, a couple of the snipes were just bananas coming out of him. But, wow, Pharaoh is having one hell of a weekend. I think he's an MVP candidate when you talk about the scope of the weekend if they're able to take it. But this CTF up next, it's an important one. It'll be up right after this quick break. Welcome back to the winner's bracket final. You know, we came into this series, Joe, thinking Rise need to take a hard point, TK need to take a surge. Well, they've both done that already.
Yeah, they have. Sort of taking the modes that we didn't expect. As TK able to win that round 11. You probably thought it should have got to a round 11, but it did. Pharaoh, what a great game from him with that sniper rifle. Found, what, 7 first bloods throughout that game?
It's nuts.
It's a beautiful game from him, and now we go to Arden for CTF.
What are the stats for that one for both, Joe? Looking since, what, beginning of stage 2?
Yep, you have a 3 and 2 on the side of TK and a 6 and 6 on the side of Rise Nation.
And here at playoffs this weekend, you can see they're both 1 and 1. Yeah, the tipping point. I think even more with how those first 2 matches went, well, the fact it's tied 1-1, obviously, and the fact that they've already stolen kind of the preferred game mode from either team, this CTF could very well be everything.
I mean, just look at back to the last series we just watched with Red Reserve and EUnitedgg. How much this game just swung the momentum. We'll see who will take that 2-1 lead. We're on board with Pharaoh. He's gonna find out. Seems like a first blood on the gunless.
Yeah, right.
Another one opens up the map. A couple other gunfights going down. But TK starting to work up towards that cave side and actually able to win that 1v1 versus Slasher.
Pharaoh really has been good. I mean, as much as we talk about accuracy and Kenny.
That's it. That's all 4 dead. Oh, but that one player spawns her. That Slasher.
Can he get out? Can he get out?
Oh,
just barely gets away. And Slasher taking some fire from mid-map.
He's got infantry on.
He needs help. He needs help. He needs it now. Maybe he's his own help as he gets some shots in, pops the reload, just trying to hold here behind cover. He's been hit by 17 stuns at this point, just trying to stay up. Pharaoh's now there. Pharaoh's over to help, but Kenny, they're finally going to drop. Kenny's going to be the last man up. Kenny's got a big one-on-one, and Kenny able to get both. The back spawn does come in. He's got to be quick. He's got to be quick, and oh, the nade's quicker. The nade's quicker.
Oh, what an opportunity for TK. I mean, accuracy, you love the infantry, but if he has armored on, he's probably gone. And it's just those little decisions that we talk about.
That's why ultimately you don't want him being the one that has to grab the flag, right? You know, you want to be some of your faster players, but just not how it boils down when it's all said and done, but still a good early effort from Team Kaliber, and that's going to allow them to kind of hold some pressure here at the front. Well, I say that until Slasher decides he wants to start cutting everybody down.
Hey, mid-map gunfights have gone the way to TK. Throughout these first 90 seconds, it's really been the solid defense out of Rise that's kept us at 0-0.
Now maybe a chance for Rise Nation to finally see this side of the map. So they've now gotten up to the 50-yard line. Slasher set up top ruins. He's got eyes on a couple. Nade gets out, not going to connect with anything. You still have Gunless inside a cabin and TJ mid-map, so it's going to be difficult still for Team Kaliber to find any footing at this particular moment.
See the defense out of TK. Kenny and Enable trying to work the ruin side, able to lock that in. That's a nice gunfight win by Enable.
And that's where, you know, you need to get those victories. Like, it's great to have Gunless in cabin, but you need that ruins control. And they've been able to get 2 players in there, and they keep winning those gunfights. So it's going to be difficult for Rise Nation to get a lot going right now.
Slasher and Looney. TJ comes off spawn as well. They're trying to hit this from 3 different areas, but now Looney's just going to go right down the middle of the map. That's being locked down by Pharaoh. Kenny, he wins a gunfight, so now Slasher and Gunless are backing up and try and control this middle map.
Yeah, Gunless has been in and around cabin for, what, 90 or so seconds, really.
He's just hanging out.
Finally, does end up dropping, with Slasher here to pick up the angle as well as he trades it out. Kenny's gotten all the way up in towards Bell. I imagine the last player off spawn, when he actually spawns on Nomads, he's going to have to wrap it back. They know somebody could have pushed through. So Gunless and Looney are both going to bring it back, just worried about Kenny on the map right now.
You can see Kenny starting to inch his way up. He's finally going to get spotted. Nades do come out. On the other side, you have Enable. Enable just keeps winning these gunfights here at Ruins.
How much harder is it for Rise Nation to get something going if they can't get Ruins control?
Yeah, it's almost difficult. It's almost impossible. We don't see it very often. Maybe you'll have some pressure through the middle of the map and ice, but when you attack the bridge side, usually you go through Ruins, but 3 go down. Enable, he's able to push on up the last player alive, Gunless. He's able to win 1 gunfight, but you imagine a trade is coming through. The problem, there's the back spawns once again. Enable, though, I think he's going to get out. This should be a flag for TK, but he gets stunned. But Pharaoh has his back as well as Kenny pushing through that fire alley.
Yeah, able to. The fact, I know he doesn't have armored on, but the fact he is airborne compared to what we saw earlier from accuracy, he covers a lot more ground. And Team Kaliber able to strike first, up 1-0 with 1 to play here in the first half. I don't know how Gunless Won that one. Looked like accuracy has some nice shot. He gets a second gunfight after that. So Gunless kind of single-handedly giving a good opportunity here to Rise Nation. They finally have Ruins control, and here we go. There's going to be an immediate counter that comes in. Let Looney pick it up. Accuracy's there in the back, but there's too much of a presence from Rise. So now focus on the overextension from Enable. Enable's the one that's got to make a play. He has some support coming in, but the touch is going to get here before the nades can come in from Rise Nation.
Yeah, and he's going to get this out. He doesn't have any pressure to deal with. So that one kill that player from TK got in the base just allows Enable to get pushed into a good position. One kill goes down, make it 2. It's now the pressure's here for Rise. Kenny, he's going to go for this. The nade lands, and he finds Slasher. Slasher's so weak. He's got to go, though, because that player's blocking Bell. Accuracy's blocking Bell. All 3.
Oh, Kenny! Kenny gets all 3, and the return comes in. Plus, he gets some streaks to go with. What a moment for TK in the final seconds of the first half. They've got a chance to rally this. Oh, if he got into bunker and somehow made that play, plus got a 3rd cap on the board, get the hell out of here.
What a play by Kenny.
Dude, it's Pharaoh yesterday on Flak Tower, it's Kenny on the Forest today, just making plays around the objective. Look at this. Look at this. They line up. And he shuts them down.
And I imagine Accuracy has to be giving him that call out, like, hey, I'm Bell. They're going to spawn on him, so he was ready for it. But what that could have turned into, it might not be a 2-0 lead. But what a play from him.
Yeah, I mean, typically, that's not the spawn you want them to get, right? You want them out Bell, but it works out because, well, you have Kenny on your team. And Kenny is 13-6 with full streaks to work with. Rise Nation in trouble. But now Rise Nation will move to the more preferred side. This is a chance for them to come back into it. I think the biggest thing here for Rise Nation is you need early pressure. You got to get those streaks out of the side of Team Kaliber early. Well, that's not what they're going to get.
If you're Enable, though, you're at 550, just back down. Controlled cabin, no reason to do anything silly. We know how important streaks are, but the pressure is here from Rise. He's going to get flanked. I would love to see him play more patiently. You have a 2-0 lead. Just play for those streaks.
Think about
they can shut down Rise.
You have 6 streaks on the map. You're up 2-0. Like that. Think of the number of touches you would need to get from Rise Nation to even bring this back to a tie.
But once again, I mean, middle map has just gone all TK, and it's really due to Kenny. 15-7. He finds that STG starting to push up through the middle. Looney, he gets gunned. And now you have a 4 versus 2. One player does spawn up, though. That will slow things down a little bit. And that last player will spawn in the back just because you have the.
Do you streak off spawn if you're Kenny? Do you streak off spawn and just try to turn this into a cap? They found another kill.
Yeah, he's going to go for that glide bomb. Accuracy starting to push up ice. It's just one player left in Slash. Wait for the bomb to drop. It does. Now Kenny, I love that. He gets out of it and goes and watches that overextend. An opportunity here for TK. Another gunfight win by Enable, but TJ does bring it back. But look at the artillery usage by Kenny.
Fantastic stuff. You get 2 kills there. He calls in the streak, exits perfectly, so he can get set up mid-map. But he still has to get across. He still has to get across. How is Rise holding on here? They still have, and you have with a Gunless. Gunless is about to pitch as well. Gunless is about to come in. He's going to line it up. That at least enables him to get a touch, and he's going to get away with it. Surely that should have been a cap for Team Kaliber.
Got stunned again. I mean, he still has inventory on. It's the 2nd time we've watched that
What just happened?
I mean, so basically what happened, they saw the artillery go down.
Oh, my God.
The reason is TJ got 2 big kills from that cabin cut. As soon as that happens, he dips through the middle. They hang on to their stuns, and they push through the middle of the map. And Looney goes all the way through cabin, and he goes through you to flank that Bell.
This game should be 3-0.
Should be 4-0.
Yeah, maybe 4-0, but Rise Nation, well, there's a reason they're back-to-back champions. They come up with the plays in the clutch, but they're still trailing by 1. Team Kaliber still hold this edge. A stick does come in for Looney, and Gunless finds the other kill. So the ruined side of the map cleared out. Now Gunless has a chance to get these streaks. He's at 14-12 with 3 in a row. And all you have left is what, the fighter pilot?
Just bad. This is bad news. Yeah, I believe you still have the fighter pilot on Kenny.
Those moments, man. I think Team Kaliber's like to stress people the hell out in CTF.
See if Gunless can find these streaks, because we know how important those can be. TJ trying to work this flanky a little bit, just shoulder peeking back and forth, gonna find Enable, wins that gunfight, and here we go. Another opportunity. That one player, that's Kenny, he does spawn up no man's just due to the pressure around the middle of the map. And look at TK, they're going for a flagpole, maybe try to pull it ice. That's what Pharaoh's going for. He's gonna try and take it to his teammate, and it looks like he's gonna get out. He is gonna get out. Gunless might go down. Oh, he stays alive. But here comes in the fighter pilot. They find Gunless. What a play out of Team Kaliber.
No streaks for Rise, and there is the third cap now in from Team Kaliber. The streaks end up coming up huge, and there's more in the bag for Pharaoh as he's got all three locked and loaded. What a moment that is. No streaks for Rise. You know, the 2-score lead. Team Kaliber continue.
And we just talked about how tough it is to get flag caps when you don't have Ruins control, and two players just win 1v1s. At cabin and through middle of the map, they just go.
That's the worst spot you want to be in if you're Gunless working on streaks. Like, I have to run back and my entire team's dead and I have to worry about this pool.
Pharaoh gonna call in this glide bomb, just slow down this push, gonna go after Looney. Able to find that kill. Now can he get another one? He knows that player was pushing on through cabin, but at least slows down the 4-man push.
I think Looney's map sort of shown right there as he gets hit by the glide bomb. It's been a frustrating one. He's 6-17, hasn't really been able to get a whole lot going. The rest of the squad kind of sitting around even.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating one. I mean,
yeah, but look on the other side, it's Kenny, right? If you're going up against Kenny, who's got the hot hand, it's so tough to win that. Artillery called in, 25 seconds left. Accuracy with the nade, that should do it.
Yeah, I don't know how you can pull this off. You got to get a touch and a perfect rally.
You can't.
And you still have a fighter pilot.
You would need overdrive, which, yeah, wrong game.
Not enough time to get the kills and get it back. So Team Kaliber, it's interesting at times. Rise had a couple of returns that didn't make a whole lot of sense. But look at the game too. You know, there's moments that TK seemed to want to let it slip away, like the couple of 2v4s. The couple of returns there when the stuns came in, you think TK should put it away. But both times down the stretch of the game, they're able to hold on.
I'm telling Accuracy, put on armor. After he gets stopped by the stuns on the first one, I'm like, dude, switch. Like, you can't allow that to happen. That was, you know, 2 scoring opportunities in Kenny. What a game from him, 26-16. And we've had a lot of conversations about Kenny in accuracy, and really on Arden Forest, and accuracy is always like, it's my forest. But then you hear like Kenny, like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, you know I put up better numbers than you with that sub as well. It's my forest.
No, that was incredible. Obviously, the 3 kills he got in the backside of bunker there to get the return, and everything just kind of went well from there outside of the one return that came through for Rise Nation. But wow, this has now gotten very interesting because after Rise when they took the Hardpoint, in my head I was just like, well, Rise have probably won this series after they get the Hardpoint victory. But then you have a very gutsy round 11, you win for Team Kaliber and Search, and then you just saw what went down to the CTF. So now suddenly TK in control, and now we're heading back to a Hardpoint. And you got to think, going into this, I would not think that Rise would be taking both the hardpoints off TK. So this might be a 3-1 win for TK. And I think what's so interesting about this, well, the map 1 was TK's pick though, right? So we're going to Rise's pick, right?
They're undefeated on jump.
Yeah. Okay. So this gets.
But however, TK are still solid at this hardpoint. They're 5-3, and you know if Kenny can get going like he just was, and you're able to push out those cuts, you can get so many streaks. You can get so much time on hills 2 and 3. This is not a bad map for Team Kaliber.
I just think this series is so interesting to me because if Rise take this, it is hard for me, you know, with the experience of everything we've cast all year, it's hard for me to fathom any of these teams taking 2 best-of-5s off of Rise. Is it possible? Sure. But it's hard to fathom. If TK take this winners bracket final, I think things get real crazy. Like this is just a maddening end.
But if you're Red or Rise though, like if there is a team that you kind of want waiting for you in the final, it probably is TK. Like that's probably the easier choice to win 2 best-of-5s against.
Oh, certainly.
You don't want to do it against Rise.
No. That's just. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing they're winning if they take this series, but you feel like
better.
They will.
Yeah.
The chances are crazy that they'll be able to take the 3-peat. Seattle, Anaheim, and Stage 2 playoffs, and then you start to have the dynasty talk start happening for Rise if they're able to take maybe champs as well behind that. Well, not many teams have won 4 in a row, but they've got to get through 3 of them first. But take a look at this. Rack them up. Top 3 playoff respawn KD. Gunless, Accuracy, Slasher. Guess what? They are all in this series.
Yeah. They're all ARs as well, so we'll watch them put on a show for us.
Now, thinking about the fact you'll have 2 ARs out a lot.
You have 4 ARs off the start for TK. 4 AR start. You saw some airborne, but we typically don't see this on a map like Jibby. See how it pays off. Trades going back and forth. No one in the hill just yet. But you imagine if you're TK, you should have the positional advantage. Instead, though, Looney and TJ able to get on that hill.
Gunless looking over him as well, so they'll get set up. A bit of a split spawn comes in as TK ends up spawning out towards our next hard point. So Rise is going to have a lot to deal with. You have Kenny on one side and 3 players hitting from the opposite. Can they deal with it? Barrow the first to drop. It does get a grenade kill. Kind of a 2-2 gunfight goes in, but when it's all said and done, Team Kaliber able to get the edge for the moment, continue to hold spawns for Courtyard.
Enable just trying to stay alive, 10 seconds left. You see number 7, that's Pharaoh. He's just sort of anchoring the spawns, trades, and the scrap time. Will go the way of Rise, but how can TK lock this down? I love that positioning from Kenny. He can see all of top middle as well. He can see the gold push, and he has the cave push covered as well. But Rise, they're pushing up the rock side. They're able to find 1 kill, and yeah, that's going to spawn Pharaoh out just due to how far Kenny's pushed up. So Enable and accuracy, though, able to find a couple. Can Enable find a second? No, but accuracy can. That's 3 dead. The last player up is gunless.
A chance to really push the tempo, push the lead here. If they can hold another wave, and Kenny getting it done. 2 to his name. He's got a 3rd below him at Rock, but he's going to go ahead and push out a bit. Try to take the earlier gunfights. As he realized somebody snuck through. It doesn't look like it, but he hasn't been picked off yet. The flank should come in from Looney here momentarily. There it is to find the kill, but this has been flawless in Courtyard. But we see that a lot. The question is now, can Rise answer back at Castle Road?
I mean, a lot of Courtyard we see.
It's true. More at Castle.
That was a ton of time. That was a good amount of time for what we've seen lately.
The big thing then, you know, if you give up that time, you've got to be perfect at Castle Road.
Yep.
Yeah. And so far, nobody's slipped through cave. Nobody's gotten through the cracks. Rise Nation set up in a good position here. It'll be Gunless that hops in the hard point. A Slasher deals with the push through a brick, and he deals with it well.
Yep, and as soon as he gets a kill, he's trying to just push on up. A teammate does go down. That's not good. Yeah, that was a player on. And, well, Enable, he's alive inside. And TK, they spawn those guys out.
Is that all on the team kill? Is that all on the team kill?
I think it starts it because then people get confused about their positions.
It's a chain reaction, right? That first team kill comes in, you're down a man. You have to shift focus from maybe your power position you're holding, and Team Kaliber get a big break. And this might be one of those moments when the game is all said and done. If TK get a victory, that was a big part of it, because that is, if you think they get what, 35, 40 points here, that's like a 70, 80 point swing in the scheme of things.
And Kenny's already get pushed out, man. When this guy gets going, he could be the best player in the world. Just plain and simple. This guy is so fun to watch. Can he find the glide bomb? Not able to do so, but he's going to back that guy on up.
I swear, if Team Kaliber, you know, there's been the joke all year that I cursed TK early, and the last top mic after Anaheim, I took it back. I told Kenny, no, I'd revoke it. I swear if they come in and win the first tournament, that's just hysterical to me. But they are looking so strong. They're locking down turret as well. Kenny still trying to hold map, just get more streaks if he can. Gunless comes out. Easy kill there for Kenny, trying to fly at Slasher. He's just actually gonna hold it.
I like this repositioning. He knows that player. He's gonna try and hold this, but he's in the Yoda ladder. He's gotta expect this gunfight. He's gonna actually change angle. He gets a kill.
Wow.
There's a fighter pilot.
Right before he drops, he gets the 3 streaks. The lead over 70 now for Team Kaliber. They continue to make plays, but the one that's likely going to stand out, man, that Castle Road break behind the team kill from Rise. Is that where it spirals out of control?
Yeah, and a great break at turret as well. I mean, you have a 90-point lead right now for Team Kaliber, plus some streaks. You have Kenny roaming pit center. Oh my goodness, he just destroys TJ, top middle. And while nobody's in that pit center hill, pit center's another one where if you get early rotations, you can get a good amount of time, but you imagine this is probably where Kenny at least calls 1 streak in.
And this is good for Rise at least, because you have the favorable side, you have the hard point, so you're gonna force streaks out, right? You get the early rotation, you have everything you want. You're gonna get decimated here, but at least you make him pull it out. So 2 drop, Barrow finds a kill as well, but you at least still retain the spawn towards the turret side, so you'll be able to get back into it. But Team Kaliber, obviously the team that get into the hard point, so the streak usage works out. You cannot let someone get into your back line from Team Kaliber.
Yeah, and well, they do. Enable and Kenny, or sorry, accuracy.
Oh my God, look at the spawn for Enable.
They just worked up the sides, yeah, and they spawned that player out. That's 2 Rise players pushed out. What a wonderful job by Team Kaliber. They have worked this map so well. Remember, Rise Nation undefeated on this map. You're thinking this is going to a Game 5. TK saying, no, it's not. We're finishing the series right here, right now. And what a tale of these 2 series. A couple of CTFs that go the way of that team when it's tied 1-1. And look what they do on that second hard point. They obliterate that other team.
Kenny is just destroying right now, 15-9. Hell, Pharaoh and accuracy kind of right there with him. But Kenny has just stood out, man. The plays in the CTF.
Now, Enable's going off.
Enable's like, it's my turn. 4 kills in a row, looking for the 5th. Calls it out to Kenny. I thought he was going to pick that up. It actually works out because you get it to Enable. The streak continues, and now a chance for more streaks. And look at the time that you get from accuracy there.
When is the last time we have seen a team hold down Fort Courtyard this well? Finally, TJ's able to break on through, but that's 2 Fort Courtyards in a row where you just haven't felt that comfortable for a lot of teams. And now Enable goes out of fight. He's going to get the time. That's more streaks for Team Kaliber. They've worked the spawns well as well. So now you have Pharaoh in the back. You get the rotation at Castle Road. This one should be all but over.
Team Kaliber have the spawns. They have the streaks. And they're looking the grand final square in the face, looking to secure top 2 for the first time in what seems ages. We're going back to Dallas, New Orleans, since this team has made a run like this, and it's one of the
Light
big
them
ones.
up, baby.
As the fighter pilot comes in, chop, 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 everybody dropping from Rise Nation. Streaks galore. There's a double artillery on the backside of Bridge.
Yeah, they want to finish this right here. Look how far they're starting to get pushed out. You do have Slasher on the hill trying to contest. Looney top middle, gonna find a couple of kills. So it may not end here, but it's pretty darn close though. Pharaoh, he's alive, finds a couple. In TK, they're just gonna rotate on the turret.
Already set up in cave is Enable. He's been the hot hand. Down the stretch as he continues to win gunfight
why not?
after gunfight. Think about his game.
Welcome to the match, Enable.
Think about his game 1, and now he's putting this on with a sub in his hands on Gibraltar. Unbelievable. You talk about the veteran he is. If there's anyone that's faced adversity through their career and bounced back time and time again, it is Enable. And he's doing it here as he's fighting him in range, almost a second behind that. But now just 15 more points, and TK are in this grand final. They're still inside a turret. The spawn is out. What a performance from the entire lineup on Team Kaliber.
They just win that search and destroy, man.
There we go. There we go. TK back to a grand final as they stun Rise Nation.
Do you think they stunned him?
No, literally, that team looked like a team that actually hit by a stun.
Yeah,
It's like literally just lopped it over.
And wow. I mean, you knew they could do it. And again, TK is a team that has beaten Rise Nation in the past, so you felt like they had some confidence. It was just on a Friday at pool play. Look how fired up these guys are. They're so excited to be back in the grand final.
Now we've got Rise Red again. You know, we've had it in the grand final at Atlanta, grand final at Anaheim. Round 1, obviously, of playoffs this weekend, but that's going to be a decider. But who's waiting at the end? Sort of the final boss of this tournament, it will be Team Kaliber. They're going to have to drop 2 best-of-5s, or they are your champions. And wow, I could not be happier for the TK side with the year it's been, with the roster changes, with the struggles, obviously, to find tournament form after the first 2 events.
These guys haven't even taken off their soundproof headsets yet.
Literally, it was a long stunt.
Yeah.
all 4 TK players got one over.
I guess.
Good timing on the grenades. But wow, what a victory for Team Kaliber. Rise have got to get through red for what seems the 170th time if they're going to get back to a grand final. We've got that coming up next.
It is getting spicy here on Championship Sunday. We got TK, the first team to go to the grand finals. They have just sent Rise down to the losers portion of the bracket to play against Red. It's going to be a rematch there, but let's talk about this series. And to do all of that, got myself, got Momo, and we got Kenny. Kenny, obviously the first map doesn't completely go your way. You have a little bit of a slow start. How do you guys manage to regain?
First map, I'm pretty sure Ian, Enable, and Accuracy Lamar started off pretty slow. I mean, I knew that was like something that doesn't normally happen. So like, just playing through the map. Once they started regaining and playing better, oh my bad. We started coming back, and then like at the end of the game we lost because we got out rotated, and Ian just told us regain. Like I played bad that map, is my bad. Like regain, and once he says regain, you have to regain on land. You just have to. If you don't, then you're gonna lose the series.
And we should probably talk about Enable just a little bit because you said it before we went live. He's the Rise Boogeyman.
He's the Rise Boogeyman.
You guys haven't lost to that?
I know we 3-0'd him at Anaheim. We had Ian. And I don't know, everybody else calls him the Boogeyman. I don't know what's the like reasoning behind it, but we 3-0'd him, and then like everybody calls him the Boogeyman, so he's a Boogeyman.
He's the Boogeyman.
He's a Boogeyman.
He is the Boogeyman, and he's going to be in the grand final as well. And you know, I think a few people maybe slept on TK. We've said it so many
everybody
times.
slept on TK. Hold on, I watched that video, and everybody said Rise was going to win, which I love being underdogs. I love it. It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys have been in that position a few times.
We've always been underdogs. We won first event and still were down. We were favored to win the event, but also we're the underdogs at the same time.
And then you had Maven talking smack.
Wait, Maven took away the curse. I actually
he
love
did.
him.
He did take it away. We love him now.
We love him now. Yeah.
I don't.
I'm fine with him. Where's he at?
He's somewhere.
Maven,
somewhere.
go somewhere
Oh
else.
my God, my heart is aching right here.
Yeah, this is the last round of the S&D.
Right.
What is going through your mind at this point?
Honestly, when Austin challenged Black Car, I was kind of confused. I mean, I can see the play, like his mindset behind it, but like he over challenged it, and then at that point when I knew I killed him, I just had to make a play and make a flank. And once I got to the Black Car head glitch, I knew like the round was secured. Simple. And then once Pharaoh died, I was like, we still won the round. Like there's no way we're losing this. A 1v3. We got 1v3 right there. You probably would have saw me get up and leave the venue.
I think as well, kind of a good point that I want to bring up is consistently yourself and Pharaoh. Pharaoh obviously a different play style from you.
Right.
You know, pulling out. Using the sniper. Using the sniper, a completely different play style from you. You're a fast, aggressive SMG, but again, putting those double digits up. We saw obviously 10 kills coming out from the likes of TJ. You know, he does that on Search and Destroy. Playing with your squad, and I want to ask this question because it seems to be very consistent. You know, people will look at Enable and say he's not picking up the kills in Search and Destroy. He's not a good Search and Destroy player. What is the role that like Enable does for S&D? Because it works for you. You're picking up the map wins, which is all that matters.
Right.
But what works for you in S&D?
When people were roasting Ian about his S&D, it wasn't really like a he sucked or his gun skills sucked. It was more of a confidence thing with him.
Okay.
And so what we did, like what any team would do, go over VODs and like let him know what he needs to do in certain situations. And it just built his confidence because he came onto our team and he played like, oh, I don't want to be first blood every round like type person. So we're like, play confident, bro. Go play a gunfight, get gunned. I'd rather you get gunned than give a bomb site and then die later in the round when you're in the 1v4. So like it was more of a confidence thing with Ian.
Okay.
Is kind of seeing how you guys have, a lot of people have said, tried to get to your final form.
Right.
Now the question is, are you guys in your final form as you go to the grand final here in the Stage 2 playoffs? And our play of the game is going to be you looking like you're in your final form. Yeah, it is going to be the three-piece here in the CTF. So we got a little bit of insight from you as to what was going through your mind.
Right.
What is going on here?
Right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they pulled they pulled the flag and then we pulled the flag. So like, we got a cap and then they were about to counter us, and we were like, just go for an OE and try to get a pull. So I won the first gunfight on Austin and just hit up middle because I knew like they wouldn't watch it. And like since we had the flag and we're up by 1, I don't have to play aggressive. I just play for another kill because like if I die, like that just gives them a chance to like get the re. So I played for another kill, got gunless, and then I knew I could push up the map. And then once I got to like their mid-fire tank, and then Lamar's like, I'm Bell Kenny, I knew I had to push. And like once I like seen like the guy that was side bunker with the AR turn around, I was like, where are you looking? Because your teammates just spawned on you. Like once I didn't think they spawned there. I thought they spawned side bunker on me, but like once I seen all 3 there, I didn't think I got the 3-piece. I thought I got 2.
I'm not gonna lie right now, pretty much everything that you are going to be watching at home right now is a highlight reel of Kenny. This man went absolutely off to get to the grand final, and we're gonna take a look at another one right now, and ultimately this is gonna take place at Hardpoint.
Oh my God. I was actually destroying this map. But it's Ian's Jibby though, to be honest. I got full streaks off the break.
Going into this one as well, Rise Nation, I think, was 6-0 on this map. Obviously, the veto is obviously a very crucial point. I don't want to talk about the vetoes. I want to talk about like the end score. This wasn't close. This wasn't, you know, a close hardpoint like map 1.
Right.
How did this happen? Is it just Streets getting out of control and kind of that domino effect almost, that snowball effect?
Honestly, a lot of people say it's my Jibby because I was really good at Jibby for a minute. Honestly, Rise is really good at that map.
Yeah.
But like, I think we're still the best GB team because I don't know the last time we lost it. Maybe to Red, I think, at one event.
It's still a good.
It's still a good. It's like one of our best hard points. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it just happened. We played better on the map, and I got Streaks off the break. That helped us a lot. And then like Ian and Pharaoh were playing really good, and we just have Lamar's always there. So like Lamar is really good.
Statistically, though, I think going into that, Rise did have the better stats.
They were 6-0.
They're completely undefeated. Yeah, so it is.
Was that stage 2 though?
I believe
I think it might have been stage 2, but also including Anaheim. But that was their map that never lost. It was undefeated for the kind of the past couple of months.
Okay.
You were 5-3, now 6-3, obviously on it. But I think maybe a key factor was Enable didn't have that slow start.
Right.
You know, he came out. He had a great map 4, and it wasn't close.
It's a big feat, all in all. And now we start to look forward at the rest of the championship bracket. And, you know, we had Scraps up here a little bit earlier, and it was like, okay, yeah, I think both of these teams, a lot of respect for both of them. But they were like, okay, maybe a little bit nervous to play against Rise in 2 best-of-5s. How do you think you fare against, I mean, you just knocked Rise down. Do you think you can take Red in 2 best-of-5s?